Welcome to section 18.4, part 1. This is the 189th session of the CISSP exam prep series. In this session, we'll cover the first building blocks of recovery plan development. Why does a plan need different documents for different readers? What belongs in an emergency response checklist? How do personnel, contacts, and assessment fit in? And how do backup types and storage strategies protect your data? Why does this matter beyond the exam? Because a plan that lives only in one expert's head is no plan at all. Picture a regional insurer where the one person who understood recovery just left the company. If everything walked out the door with them, the next disaster becomes a guessing game. Your job is to write the plan down clearly, in the forms different people will actually reach for when the pressure is on. So why does a plan need different documents for different readers? Because a technician and an executive need very different things in a crisis. One master document that tries to serve everyone serves no one well under stress. Instead, you maintain tailored versions. An executive summary gives leaders the high-level picture. Department plans let each team refresh only what affects them. Technical guides walk IT staff through standing up alternate sites. And concise checklists guide recovery team members through the chaos. The point is speed of comprehension, so each reader finds their piece without wading through everyone else's. What belongs in an emergency response checklist? Simple, clear instructions for the very first moments of a disaster. These vary widely, since a sudden fire allows far less time than a hurricane still a day or two out. The design rule is unbreakable. Order the tasks by priority. Most important first. Because responders in a crisis often will not finish the list before they have to evacuate. Anything low on the list is likely to be skipped. And one critical item lives here, the formal declaration of a disaster, with clear criteria for activation and a named person who holds the authority to make that call. How do personnel, contacts, and assessment fit in? Your plan needs a live contact list of the people who execute recovery, and it must include backups. Give every key role alternate contact methods and a secondary person, because the primary contact may be unreachable or unable to get to the site. Assessment then runs alongside the response. It happens in a rolling fashion. First responders make a quick triage read to get recovery moving, and as the situation develops, more detailed assessments follow to judge how well efforts are working and where to steer resources next. Both the contact list and the assessment keep the response organized rather than reactive. How do backup types protect your data? Backups are your last-ditch copies, and there are 3 kinds worth knowing cold. A full backup copies everything and resets the archive marker on each file. An incremental backup grabs only what changed since the last backup of any kind, then resets the marker, so it is quick to create but slow to restore, since you replay the full plus every increment in order. A differential backup grabs everything changed since the last full backup and leaves the marker alone, so it grows larger but restores fast, needing only the full plus 1 differential. The trade is simple. Incrementals are cheap to make and costly to restore. Differentials are the reverse. How do storage strategies keep those backups safe? Where you keep the media matters as much as making it. Local copies are convenient for everyday requests, but you must keep at least 1 copy off-site, or a single disaster destroys both your systems and your only backups. A popular approach is a geographically redundant cloud service, letting you retrieve backups from anywhere after a disaster, though spreading data across jurisdictions can raise new regulatory duties. Most organizations blend backup types with a rotation scheme, often full backups on the weekend and incrementals or differentials nightly. Your recovery point objective drives the design, because the less data loss you can tolerate, the more frequent your backups must be. So let's bring it together. A good plan is really several documents, each shaped for the reader who needs it. Emergency response is a priority ordered checklist that includes the formal disaster declaration. A backed up contact list and rolling assessment keep the response organized. Full, incremental, and differential backups trade creation time against restore time, and storage strategy demands an off-site copy driven by your recovery point objective. Write it down, order it by priority, and store it where a disaster cannot reach both copies at once. The MCQs covering all the topics and concepts from this session are available on rucloud.com. Practice the chapter-specific MCQs before moving on to the next session. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or feedback, post a comment below or email us. I will see you in the next session.